All right, welcome to the workshop. Today, we're going to deconstruct a massive WordPress supply chain attack. We're talking about a case where trust itself was weaponized, where an entire portfolio of popular plugins was bought for one reason, to turn it into a malware delivery system. I mean, that sentence from the original analysis just says it all, doesn't it? This is the new playbook we're seeing. A legitimate business, a trusted developer name, is bought and then weaponized. So let's break down exactly how it happened, how the malware works, and most importantly, how you can defend your sites. So where did this all start? Well, like a lot of these stories, it began with something you've probably seen 100 times. Just a routine security notice in a client's WordPress dashboard. It flagged a plugin called Countdown Timer Ultimate. But believe me, this was just the tip of a very, very big iceberg. Now, the WordPress.org plugins team was on it. They saw the problem and pushed out a forced update to a supposedly clean version to stop the bleeding. But here's the thing. That was just a Band-Aid. A full audit of the site showed it was still totally infected. The malicious code was already dug in deep, right into the site's core files. The damage was done. Okay, now for the really cool part. Let's dig into how this malware actually worked, because from a technical point of view, it is pretty wild. The attacker built a system that was surprisingly smart and incredibly hard to take down. So here's the play-by-play. Inside the plugin, a module called WPOS Analytics would phone home to the attacker's server. It would then download a backdoor file, which was cleverly named wp-comments-posts.php to make it look like a normal core file. From there, it injected a huge chunk of malicious code right into the wp-config.php file. And the whole point was to serve up SEO spam, but, and this is key, it only showed it to Google's crawler. To you, the site owner, the site looked perfectly fine. Right, so this malware needs its instructions, you know? It has to call home to what we call a command and control server, or C2 for short, to get the latest spam to inject. But the way this attacker hid that C2 server, that's where things get next level. And this is just brilliant, honestly. Instead of hard-coding a domain name that you or I could just block or get taken down, they stored the C2 server's address inside an Ethereum smart contract on the public blockchain. So the malware would just check the blockchain to see where it needed to phone home. This means the attacker could update the C2 server address anytime they wanted, making any takedown attempts pretty much useless. Okay, so we know the site is infected now, but for anyone doing incident response, the million-dollar question is always, when did they get in? So let's turn to the backups and see how some simple forensics can tell us the whole story. To find that patient zero moment, the investigator went back to the daily backups. And this is such a critical technique for any of us managing sites. You've got to be able to rewind the tape to find out exactly when the breach happened. And check this out. This is where simple, old-school forensics can be so powerful. By just pulling the wp.config.php file from a few different daily backups and looking at the file sizes, you can see it. Boom! On April 7th, the file size suddenly jumps by about 6 kilobytes. That right there narrows the active infection window down to just a few hours. But here's the twist. That's just when the bomb went off. The bomb itself, the vulnerability that let it all happen, that was planted a long, long time before. By digging through the entire update history of the plugin, the investigator found something shocking. The backdoor code that enabled this whole attack had been secretly pushed into an update and was just sitting there, dormant, for a whopping 8 months before it was ever used. A ticking time bomb. And this is how they hid it. The commit that snuck in the backdoor had a totally innocent-looking changelog. Check compatibility with WordPress. But if you actually looked at the code, it added almost 200 lines of new, malicious code, including a classic PHP deserialization vulnerability. It was the perfect Trojan horse. So who on earth would be this patient? Who would orchestrate such a sophisticated attack, and why? Well, this story basically gives us the blueprint for how to weaponize trust in the open source world by simply buying it. The plugins were originally made by a team called Essential Plugin. Totally legit, been around for years. But they were struggling financially, so they put their whole business, over 30 plugins, up for sale on Flippa. And it was bought by this anonymous guy, Kris, whose background was in SEO and online gambling, which, in hindsight, is a pretty massive red flag. And this timeline, this tells the whole story. Look how fast this guy moved. After he bought the business and got the keys, the commit access on WordPress.org, his very first code change on August 8th was the one that planted that dormant backdoor. Then he just sat back and waited 8 months before flipping the switch. So let's just put the sheer scale of this into perspective. We're talking about a 6-figure deal to buy the plugins, just to compromise over 30 of them, and then wait 8 long months to pull the trigger on an attack that hit hundreds of thousands of websites. It's just massive. Okay, that's the what happened. Now for the most important part, what you can do about it. This is your practical, hands-on playbook. If you manage WordPress sites, here are the exact steps you need to take to find this threat, clean it up, and lock your sites down. First things first, that forced update from WordPress.org, like we said, it was a band-aid, not a cure. To really kill this backdoor, you've got to get your hands dirty and manually patch the plugin. The steps are pretty much the same for all the affected plugins. Delete the wpos-analytics folder, find and remove the loader function in the main PHP file, bump the version number so you know you've patched it, and then reinstall it. And here's your forensic checklist. Seriously, I recommend you run these checks across all your sites, like today. First, search for any of the 31 plugin slugs from this author. Second, check the file size of your wp-config.php file. Look for that sudden 6K jump. It's a dead giveaway. Also, look for that fake core file, wp.commentsposts.php. If you find any of these signs, the site was compromised and you need to do a full site cleanup, not just patch one plugin. Okay, so we know how to fix it on a site-by-site basis. But this whole thing, it points to a much bigger, much scarier problem with how the entire open source ecosystem works. This isn't just about one bad actor. And here's the heart of it, right? The real vulnerability wasn't in the code. It was in the system of trust. This attacker bought a trusted brand and automatically got the WordPress.org commit access that came with it. There was no special review, no flag for the new owner, no notification to all the thousands of users that the plugin had changed hands. The system let trust be bought and sold with zero oversight. And that leaves us with a really tough question, doesn't it? This isn't just about WordPress. It's about any open source project. When a developer's reputation can be bought on an open market and there's no memory of that change, who's responsible for protecting us, for protecting the ecosystem? It's a huge problem, and it's one we all need to start thinking about.